As we go on, there's a yellow flag ahead. There's a yellow flag. Who's that? Ladies and gentlemen, we are officially back. We are back after Bahrain's success. And boy, what a feeling is that. Boy, what a freaking feeling is that to have won in a Williams, fighting and fending off 2 rocket ships, 2 Mclarens. Wow, that's just amazing. That's an amazing feeling. But nevertheless, we're back. We're back for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. As you can clearly see from now, we are just looking into different objectives there. Nothing too much important. But it's gonna be very interesting to see if we can at least. I don't expect another win because that was it was. Because of the different strategy and because of the safety car that our teammate caused, thank you, Carlos. I don't expect another win, but I really would like to have another result, another good result for me, which would be like P5, P6, I guess. I'm not expecting nothing too special, unless those ahead decide to grant me a free place, which I would dearly like. But it's not much. It's not very likely. As you can see there, we're currently P6 in the standings after winning the Bahrain Grand Prix, in P5 in the constructor standings, where we have scored most of the points. But as you can clearly see, we go right into the sessions. We look around. There's our team working as always. Carlos Sainz, who's gonna have to bounce back after that horrendous performance he had in Bahrain, after that spin that caused the safety car that granted us the win. And so, if you can remember, maybe we had some worn-out components in the engine, which we will have to change, and we will do after the practice sessions. But nevertheless, let's go now in qualifying. Go, Crofty.
But let's see who will be fastest of them all. We're about to set the grid for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Yes, it's qualifying.
Qualifying it is indeed, Crofty. Thank you for introducing us to the qualifying session, as we now get ourselves all prepared to go into the car. We can see there we are now in the car, ready to go. Let's load the setup, choose the tires, get some fuel off, and let's absolutely go. We're looking to go through to Q3. Any result would, after getting into Q3, would be very, very good. We're not expecting anything special because, of course, the car is at a very primordial stage of development. But nevertheless, we go right at the end of our first lap in Q1. We have set a purple sector into the first sector of the racetrack as we now go towards the final turn. A very complicated turn because it's easy to go wide and not hit the apex as we do now. We have done now, but nevertheless we go on to the final straight. ERS activated. Let's see where that puts us. That puts us P7 currently, 2/10 off of our teammate. With other cars going behind, I think that's going to be not going to be enough. It's a good time as we drift out there, but it's a good time, but not that quick. So I figure we'll have to go again, which is not ideal because usually you want to get through on one set of soft tires, but with nowadays Formula One is so bunched up. It could be the whole field could be bunched up in a second. So I think we'll have to go again, which we do. New set of soft tires going on once again, and let's go for it. What is happening right now? We're skipping time. Yes, we're skipping time because we want to get the best possible track evolution that we can, getting in the latter stages of qualifying. So let's go. Let's have a go, and let's see. We have not improved our first sector, but we're currently only 2/10 up. That's not good. That's not good considering we are P13. Oh my god. Oh my god. We have shunted it. And there I resisted the urge of using a flashback, which I never do. But it was very, very urgent for me to use that flashback. But I resisted because, I want to be as fair as possible. and it's going to be tough, mate. It's going to be tough. It's going to be very, very tough for us because we won't improve, obviously. We are currently P13. We're going to have to hope. Yes, we're through. We're through to Q2 in P13. The others haven't improved yet, so our first time was good enough for us to go through. But we have to do better than that, especially as we see George Russell getting a five place grid drop. Don't know for what. Maybe some components changed, but it's pretty early in the season, so it would be strange if that was the reason. Maybe some other contact. But we have to do better. We have to do better, absolutely, because we can't be on the cusp every single time. So we go into Q2. We have been graced by the F1 god. So in order to be able to get a second run with a much better tire, we go again on the tire that we crashed on in Q1. But I won't show you that because that was an horrendous lap. As you can see, with the new tire, was 2.5 seconds up on that time. That was an horrendous lap, but that's what you figure with used tires. That's not much better than that. The final turn was not good at all. The final turn was not good at all. We're currently P15. Can we get through? Yes. P9. Currently P9. We go through in P10. By some a tenth of a second. Yes, sorry, I couldn't see that. It was a tenth of a second, but yeah, we're through to Q3. Oh, thank God. Now we go into Q3, and there's a common issue. What's that?
Okay, the guys have found a leak in one of the coolant lines, so we're patching that up as we
but
speak.
nevertheless,
Hold tight for now until we got everything checked over.
Not anything too important. We can still run. We skip some time, and we go directly into the final sets, into the final run of the Q3, which that's the only one we can do because we ran out of new tires. So now we go for a flying lap around the Saudi Arabian GP in Jeddah as we now go into turn 1, brake really heavy, go early into the apex of turn 1. We went too early, so we couldn't get the apex of turn 2, but nevertheless we still keep on as we now go into this fabulous section. We go so close to the wall there, full throttle now into this double right-hander that gets us into the double left-hander, and another double right-hander that goes. Oh, we scrape the wall there. We scrape the wall. We go off the curb, but somehow we managed to not get our time invalidated. We are currently on the same time as Sainz, who is sixth currently in the first sector. Can we get ahead of our teammate? I don't know. We'll see as we now go into the second sector. This right-hander is very, very technical, very difficult. But now we go into one of the fastest sections of the calendar and of the track. DRS engaged, full ERS usage as we now go into this very, very fast left-hander. 227 kilometers per hour is minimum speed, and we now go into the back straight that gets us towards the final corner. Can we get a better run at the final corner that we did in Q2? Can we? Yes, absolutely we can. Oh, there's a bit. I had a Max Verstappen moment right there, but now DRS engaged. What will it be? It's gonna be P9. I'm not gonna lie, I was a bit, disappointed with that result because I know I could have done better. There were many mistakes throughout the course of the lap. But still, it's not that bad. There you go. Who's on pole? Oscar Piastri. Oscar Piastri is on pole ahead of George Russell and Charles Leclerc. A reminder that George Russell will get demoted to P7, so our teammate will move up a place. But nevertheless, it's time for the race. I'll leave the word to Crofty, who's going to introduce us to the race. Go, Crofty, go.
So here we are then, welcoming you today to one of the jewels of the Arab world, Jeddah, one of the biggest cities in Saudi Arabia, second only to Riyadh, gateway to Mecca, and one of the biggest ports in the region. And now, host to the Saudi Arabia Grand Prix. So let's take a look at the topographical map of the Jeddah Street Circuit. As you can see, a number of challenging corners for the drivers to master here. We'll see just how much the teams have benefited from their time spent in practice this weekend. And like many street circuits, this track has the potential to punish drivers that get it wrong. Let's hope we avoid any safety cars today. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks like for today's race. Oscar Piastri lines up on pole position, and it's Charles Leclerc in P2. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Verstappen, Hamilton, Lando Norris, and Sainz, Russell, Antonelli, a Williams, and Pierre Gasly, Stroll, Doohan, Yuki Tsunoda, and Ocon, Fernando Alonso, Hadjar, Gabriel Bortoleto, and Ollie Behrman. Lawson and Nico Hulkenberg rounds off the grid. With preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
Thank you, Crofty, for introducing us to the...
Don't let me down.
Yeah, I won't. At least I'll try not to, Mark. But there we go. The game is proposing us a two-stop strategy, but that seems so slow to me. So we're gonna go for the one-stop strategy with the inverted tires, hard at the beginning and medium at the end. But nevertheless, we go 2, 3, 4, 5 lights on ahead of the drivers. And it's lights out and away we go. We get a very tempted start with some wheel spin at the back, and Pierre Gasly passes us. But we go into the very small gap at the end of turn 1. Oh my God, we ran off by George Russell. But can we keep? We're side by side with Kimi Antonelli. Can we go around the outside for the move? Can we go? Yes, we get touched by Kimi Antonelli. But the car seems to be okay. I don't know about Kimi Antonelli's car because I heard some wall being being touched by somebody, so I figured that is Kimi Antonelli. But we are now nevertheless PA. We've gained a place up on our fellow Italian, and we set our looks on George Russell and our teammates who are fighting for P6, which we won. But now let's take a look at what happened at the front in the start. Charles Leclerc going in the inside, which is clearly the better spot to be in for turn 1. Let's see, does he get ahead? Yes, he gets ahead even before turn 1. Oscar Piastri has had a nightmare start, and there we go. There we are going off into turn 1. Let's see. Did we make contact with Kimi? Did we push him into the wall? Yeah. But there was not much I can do. I was already on the outside. I would have gone off if I were to go on even more to the outside. But nevertheless, let's go back to racing action. As you can see there, we're setting our sights on George Russell and Carlos Sainz, and we are going to go absolutely flat out to get those two positions from our teammate and the Briton who are now ahead of us. So let's see what's happening. Let's see. Yes, we are currently behind George Russell, and yes, we're still. Oh, sorry, that's still lap 1. I'm sorry. Yeah, we are still behind George Russell and Carlos Sainz. Reminder. Okay, we'll try to move forward, Mark. Don't worry. Reminder that DRS is not still activated. It's still deactivated because it's lap 1. It'll be activated after, of course, we cross the line in this very lap. As we can see, George Russell going for a move on Carlos Sainz around the outside. That's not the place you want to be in. At least if you wanna try to switcheroo, then that's the best place. But George Russell gets a very fabulous move around the outside, but Carlos Sainz is going to try and fight it back. Can he go down the inside? We get him very close to the both of them. We go for the double move as we drift into the first corner. Can we get it done? Yes, we can. Oh my God, that was amazing. And as the 3 drivers ahead of us are also going 3 wide into turn 1. Oh my God, guys, we have to watch it again. That is probably one of the best moves I've ever done into turn 1. Let's see. Oh my God. My God, I was so far back. I was so far back. Look at that. Look at that. We were both 3 wide. So that was an amazing move. That was an amazing move. One of the best that I had ever done. But nevertheless, we still have some work to do, as we now have Norris, Hamilton and Piastri all ahead of us. And we can still keep in the DRS. So it's good. It's looking good for us. I'm not going to lie. It's looking good. And we will try to make the best of any kind of opportunity that is given to us as we fast forward to the very same lap. You can see there the cars ahead have gotten a bit further, but they're scrapping, so they will lose some time. And you can see there the 2 McLaren boys, the 2 Papaya boys going side by side. I think they both have the DRS because, they're going to go 3 wide again. Lewis Hamilton covers off Oscar Piastri. Oh my God, they're 3 wide, touching all over the way. Can we get some opportunities here? Can we make the most, maximize the opportunities that are given to us? Oh my God, we almost touched Lando Norris in the back. Oh my God, that sounded so bad. But nevertheless, we almost made contact. That's what I meant. But nevertheless, we couldn't make any position because there was no room for us to make a move. So we will have to get in behind, tuck in behind Lando Norris, and just wait for the opportunity for any opportunity that comes. And so we'll see what happens. I think Piastri, yes, he's fallen behind, so I think it's going to be attacked by his teammate because he doesn't have DRS. We do on Norris, but Piastri doesn't have any DRS on Lewis Hamilton. So we have to make the most of what comes, and we have to look after these tires, because I can tell you the tire wear is just obnoxious. It's just obnoxious. It's the hard tires are wearing out as much as the medium tires. That's because of course the car is just not as good in tire managing at the moment. But you can see that Lando Norris has just made up the place on Oscar Piastri. Can he go for the move? No, he can't. Can we go for a move on Oscar Piastri? Now it seems like he doesn't have his teammate's pace. But what can we do? What can we do to try and move up? Can we move up? I don't know, because that's a bloody McLaren ahead. We have George Russell all over the back of us, but we'll try our best. We'll try our absolute best. I'm currently not managing the tire, which is very bad, as you can see there. Lap 5, we fast forward to lap 5. I'm setting not purple, but personal best sectors. We are all over the back of Oscar Piastri. Can we go for the switcheroo into last turn? No, we can't. But yeah, he was very smart there because he blocked the inside, not allowing me to get the switcheroo. And we're very far back. Can we try it? Are we gonna try? Yes, we go for the move. Oh my God, we have braked so late as we get a warning for corner cutting. Oh, piss off now. But that was very, very optimistic by me. You can see that I was almost like 20 meters behind. There was no way I was going to stop that car in time for me to make the corner. But nevertheless, we're going to go and try again. It's now lap 7. We are a bit further behind than we were in lap 5, but we don't have the DRS. That's the problem. We don't have enough DRS. Sorry. Let's see, can we go for the move? We go for the move, and Oscar Piastri leaves us the room. Very fair by him. It was terrified that we would see like another rocket coming into turn 1. So fair, GG's to Oscar Piastri. Fair work. he left at the space. It was very, very fair. So let's go. Let's see what we can do from here. I don't think we're going to be able to catch Lando Norris, although he is only 1.9 seconds, 2 seconds ahead of us. But that's still a McLaren ahead. That's still, I think, the third fastest driver on the grid, or fourth if you want to put George Russell in the count. But Yeah, that's we go a bit wide there. This corner is very tricky, but yeah, and Oscar Piastri, add to that, Oscar Piastri is not letting up, he's not letting us go. So I think we'll have to settle for fifth, and we'll see what it comes. If we can get some more positions, because of the others scrapping around, there. But I don't think we're gonna make any more moves. On track, at least, as we can see there, Oscar Piastri waltzes by us because of course he had DRS, so we're gonna get DRS now. Let's see if we can at least not go for a dive bomb and make that Arab music start playing as we now go on the outside this time. Yes, we make the move. Oh my god, we're drifting as Carlos Sainz comes into the pits, so I think he gambled on the double stop strategy as we now go fast forward to lap 10. Oscar Piastri is still all over the back of us, and pit stop is coming up, so I don't think it's really it doesn't make. We have a yellow flag ahead. Who's that? Who's that? Yellow flag? Yellow flag, who's that? Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Lando Norris' engines blew up! Lando Norris' engine has blew up and he almost drove into us. He almost drove into us as we are now drifting through the final corner. Oh my god, guys. That's such a major turnout. Of course, we're not fighting for the championship, but for Oscar Piastri, who surely is, it's just incredible as we now defend ourselves from a move made by the Australian. And wow. Wow, oh my god, guys. Lando Norris is out. That's just incredible. No way. Let's see that. Let's see. Oh my god, look at that. I couldn't even see a thing. You couldn't even see a thing. And let's watch. I'm going to rewind. Let's watch from Oscar Piastri's perspective. From mine. Let's watch it. Let's watch it in slow-mo, because he will make a move. Yeah, look at that. What the hell was he thinking? What the hell was he thinking? Oh my god, man. My god. But, wow. Thank god our reflexes are still good. But nevertheless, the tire wear is coming to a dangerously high level, so we have to come in. We have to come in. We can't. Oh, we just about slowed the car in time as we now go into the pits. Let's go, boys. Let's make it a clean and a quick one. It is 2.4 seconds. Very good. We're back on track. We're back with the yellow striped tires. Time to put some in. I'm sorry. Time to put in some very good laps, and at least Oscar Piastri has undercut us, but he stopped a lap before us, so that would have been imaginable. But now we have to put in some very good laps, but we still have to manage the tires. Remember that, because the tire wear is incredibly high. We have to do more laps on the medium tires than we did on the hard tires, and we have to manage those tires, because otherwise they'll probably pop out. But nevertheless, we have emerged behind Fernando Alonso, who's probably on a different strategy. Yes, look at him. It's very, very slow. He's probably going to pit this lap. But yes, we're going to use overtake, because we have to get by, and we do in a Oscar Piastri similar way with Lewis Hamilton. And now we go into the final sector. And I'm going to be honest, guys, pretty much nothing happened till lap 24, where I had to lift and coast because my fuel was running out, and the tires are absolutely done. The tires are absolutely done. I can't even put the power down. I'm like 4 seconds off the pace. You can see there Oscar Piastri is like 30 seconds ahead of us. He's gained those 30 seconds in a span of 12 laps. 12 laps, and that's just obnoxious. And we have now Russell hovering all over the back of us, and you can see there we've gone a bit further in the same lap, and it's gonna be tough, mate. Although it's just 1 lap left, it's gonna be very tough because he has the DRS. He waters by us now. Normally it would be a good thing because we would get the DRS and the and the ERS to, of course, pass him in this main straight, but we can't get the power down, so we get out of the corner very slowly, but nevertheless we are gaining. Can we go for a move? Oh, we locked the rear. Oh my god, we have made contact with George Russell, but we have to go quickly back on track because Lance Stroll is all over the back of us and we are drifting through turn 1. But let's see, before going back to racing action, let's see what happened with George Russell there. That's completely my fault. That's just completely my fault. I locked the rear. I was I was too quick into the corner, and the tires were not holding up that heavy braking. So, that's just completely my fault. But nevertheless, we go back into racing action. We now have to hold up both Aston Martins because Lance Stroll and Fernando Alonso are now all over the back of us, and you can see that I'm so slow through every freaking corner, because if I even bear in mind to try and get a corner at the same speed that I would normally do, I would freaking go into the wall at a supersonic speed. So, that's just not, I can't do anything about it. As Charles Leclerc wins the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Wow, that is so unrealistic. That is so unrealistic, considering I am recording this after the Qatar GP sprint qualifying. That is so unrealistic, but nevertheless, we're now going to the final sector. The Aston Martins are all over the back of us, and it's going to be tough. We have some ERS to play with. We have some ERS to defend, but it's 2 against 1. Lance Stroll is going to go down the inside. Fernando Alonso around the outside. Oh my god, we have made the same mistake as before, and we now get passed by the Racing Bulls and Hulkenberg as well. Oh man, we were looking good for a P5, and now we're P10. Fuck. The tires popped out. The tires popped at the end. The tire has popped, and not even the AI can keep it straight. Look at that. Look at that. Mate. Let's look at what happened. And, that's just the same mistake. That's the same mistake I did with George Russell. I overdid it. I broke very, very hard. And, the car, the tires wouldn't just live with it. You can see there we got a puncture. I don't know what to say, guys. Not much, if not, just like, comment and subscribe, and we'll try to get better for the next one. I'll see you. Bye.